Hey guys, this is Seth Turin, and today we're going deeper down the DeFi rabbit hole. Today we'll be looking at bots that not only trade our favorite cryptocurrencies, but that can actually make more money by essentially becoming our own bank. By now we've already talked about how to get our money from Coinbase over to Avalanche, and then bridge over to the BNB chain. So this tutorial assumes that you already have some USDC in your BNB wallet. So to understand what we're looking at, let me explain a little bit how decentralized exchanges work. Let's say we want to make a trade, and let's say in this case that we want to trade some of our USDC for USDT. Now I can just say that I want $5 worth of USDT and then just hit this swap button. And just like that, I'll have $5 worth of USDT. But let's explore this a little bit more. When we scroll down, we have this information that shows us the minimum that we could possibly receive. We have price impact, which is just a whole different topic. And then we have this liquidity provider fee. Because in order to make this exchange so easy for us, there is some human out there on the internet that is holding a supply of both USDC and USDT, so that anytime somebody wants to come and make a trade, that person can facilitate the trade, and in exchange, they get some small percentage of the trade. In this case, for my $5 trade, that liquidity provider is receiving a little bit less than a penny, which doesn't sound like much, but millions of dollars flow through this every day. So those little fractions of a penny can really add up. Now it turns out that this isn't actually just being provided by one person, but rather anybody who wants to get involved. What that means is that we ourselves can become liquidity providers, and then every time somebody makes a swap, we get to keep part of this fee. So why don't we look at how to do exactly that? So like I said, in order to be a liquidity provider, we need to provide some amount of the USDC and some amount of the USDT. So I've got $15 here. I'm going to buy $5 worth of USDT. I'm going to confirm this, and then I'm going to confirm in MetaMask. And then I wait a few seconds, and my transaction went through. And now you can see the updated values. I have $10 of USDC and $5 worth of USDT. So now I can come up here to the top and go to liquidity. And now I can say add liquidity. I can choose USDC and USDT. And I want to add $5 of each. And then I'm going to say we have to give our permission for everything that happens on the blockchain. And now I can click supply. I'll click confirm supply and confirm one more time in MetaMask. Wait a few seconds and my transaction has gone through. Now if I jump back, I can see that in MetaMask, I have only 5 USDC left and no USDT left, but I do have $10 worth of this USDC liquidity pool. And that means that every time somebody makes a swap between USDC and USDT, we're going to get a small cut of this liquidity provider fee. But wait, it gets more interesting yet. Because my share of this liquidity pool is represented on the blockchain by what we call an LP token. And it turns out I can do more with that LP token. So I'm going to jump over here to earn. I'm going to go to farms. And on these farms, I can take my LP tokens and I can stake them. And in return, PancakeSwap will pay me a bonus in the form of this token called Cake. And maybe I don't want this Cake token, but that's fine because I can turn around and sell it for cash. So let's scroll through these. And here we have a farm specifically for USDT and USDC. So let's open that up. And if you've never done this before, then you're going to need to click this enable button and then hit confirm in MetaMask. And after that transaction goes through, now we can stake our LP tokens. So let's hit this button and you'll see this number here is the amount of that LP token that we have that represents how much of this liquidity pool we have. I want to invest everything, which of course is about $10. And just for fun, let's click this little button here. And now we can see this breakdown of how much money we're actually making. Here you can see that those liquidity provider fees don't actually add up to very much. So if we just stayed in the liquidity pool by itself, we'd make less than 1% yield per year. But by also investing in this farm, we get an additional almost 3%. Now granted, that's still not very much, but keep in mind this is on USD stablecoins. So you can compare this to maybe keeping your money in the bank. A lot of banks with savings accounts give you something like 0.01% per year. So 3% is actually pretty good. All right, let's go back. I'm going to confirm this. Confirm one more time in MetaMask. I'm waiting for the transaction to go through. All right, now we've staked our LP tokens into this farm. All I have to do is wait now, and we're going to slowly accumulate cake. Okay, but seriously, 3% is pretty boring. So that's why yesterday, for the purposes of this demonstration, I put $20 into a different farm. I put $20 into Doge and BNB. And I want to point out here that both Doge and BNB are in the top 10, and what that means is that during the next bull market, both of these coins are going to go up. But on top of whatever we earn from that, we can also make an additional 20% APR by investing in this farm. And that's while holding these tokens. Now in a future video, we'll talk about what to actually do with these cake tokens. But for now, let's look at how to get this far in a way that's completely automated using UBot Studio. Now before we get started on that, I'm going to completely undo everything that we did by unstaking our liquidity pool tokens. I'm confirming this. Confirm again in MetaMask. I'm going to come back to our liquidity page, and now I have these tokens available again. So I'm going to click this. I'm going to say remove 100%. I need to enable this again, confirm in MetaMask, and now I can remove all of my tokens from the liquidity pool. And do you see how much of a process this is? Wouldn't it be great if we could just automate all of that? As one final step, let's go ahead and swap our USDT for USDC so that we can start this from the very beginning. By the way, all of these times that I have to click to enable, all of that's automatically taken care of for you with UBot Studio. So now I can swap these tokens, confirm in MetaMask, and I'm finally back to where I started, or at least once this clears I will be. There we go. Alright, let's jump to UBot. I've already got my console view here. The code will be in the description. And you remember our first step was to swap the tokens. Our exchange will be PancakeSwap. The token in ID will be USDC. The token out will be USDT. We want 5 of those. Click OK. Our next step is to say add liquidity. Our exchange will be PancakeSwap. Token A will be USDC, token B will be USDT. The amount of USDC will be $5, the amount of USDT will be also $5. Click OK. And then the next step is to deposit our liquidity tokens into the farm. Now to find the farm, UBot Studio doesn't actually come with every farm in the world built in. But that's okay because we give you an easy way to find the farms you're looking for. So let's go ahead and set a variable. For the variable name, we'll call it farm. And then for the value, we've got this function find farm by tokens. For the exchange, we'll say PancakeSwap. Token A will say USDC, token B will say USDT. Hit OK. And now for the farm here, we can just say farm. This is our farm variable. All right, now for the amount, we don't know exactly how many LP tokens we're going to get by investing into our liquidity pool. So I'm going to say get liquidity pool balance, and this is going to be all of the liquidity pool tokens that I have for this particular pool. The exchange is going to be PancakeSwap. Token A will be, again, USDC. Token B will be USDT. Let's hit OK on that. And of course, we don't want to do this blind, so I'm going to add my log object command. And the object we're going to put, of course, is our txinfo variable. And I want to do this after every step. So I'm going to just Control-C, copy this, and I'm going to paste it after each command. So now when we run this, we'll be able to see every step of the way what's happening. And I gotta say, I feel like I made this bot faster than I actually did the process manually. Before I give this a run, I just want to jump back over to PancakeSwap. And I want to see that I'm starting with $15 of USDC, $0 of USDT. I currently have no liquidity, and my farm for USDT, USDC is currently empty. So now I think we're ready to give this a run. So just click run, and I got an error. Why did that happen? Well, the reason is because I forgot to add my config DeFi wallet. No big deal, let's give this another run. And everything is working now. We're swapping the tokens. When that finishes, we'll log it so it'll show up over here. And we have successfully swapped our coins, so now we are adding liquidity. And as that finishes, we have our information over here from adding the liquidity, and we've moved on to depositing into the farm. And as it finishes, we log our final information object. We can look back through the data, and it looks like everything executed correctly. But just to make sure, let's hop back over to PancakeSwap. And as expected, our USDT, USDC farm now has about $10 USD. All right, guys, so that's it. As you can see, it's actually much easier to do this in a bot than it is to just do it through your browser. So I hope this was helpful to you. Have fun with it, and I'll see you next time.